Hey Cancer, this is Michael with your February 2022 reading. I do hope that this finds you well. I actually have all of your cards on the table, and all I can say is, wow, I'm actually really excited to share these with you. Before we dive into that, I just want to thank all of you for your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. All of that helps this channel grow because YouTube likes that, and it allows me to keep putting out these messages, so thank you so much. I do have all of my links in the description box down below, so if you are looking for a personal reading or Reiki session with me, you can book those on my website, and I also have other social media accounts where you can follow me there as well. So I have the Strength card that actually came out for you first, and this is really interesting because there is this kind of sense of stepping into your power, stepping into your authority. And even though this particular Strength card, I should say, does have kind of a ferociousness, it is still very, I guess, subdued. You know, like we have this lion here, but this woman is very much hearing out this other person, hearing out whoever is approaching her. And that's really interesting to me. We do have the nodes that have shifted into Taurus and Scorpio, and specifically that's pretty significant for you because you are ruled by the moon. So whatever the moon is doing is very important to you. And these lunar nodes actually represent the places where the eclipses occur. They change signs every 18 months or so, so it's kind of a big deal when that happens. And with the North Node now in Taurus, that is in your 11th house. That is in your house of networking, your house of dreams. I think of the 11th house more broadly as the ways that the universe supports us and supports our ideals coming to fruition. So very often that does come through helpful contacts or our social networks, but there really is this focus on your dreams and the ways that the universe supports you. And maybe that's where this strength is coming from, almost this faith or this conviction in yourself. You don't necessarily need to prove yourself to anyone. You have a very strong degree of being self-possessed. And that's what you're kind of coming into in the month of February here. And I do feel like there's actually been some success with something, I dare say. We have had, with this Four of Wands, we've had a lot of focus on relationships for you. Maybe there is a relationship, perhaps with a Leo energy. That is sometimes the Strength card. But I see this more as you, you just really coming into a new sense of self and coming into a new chapter. You have, it's almost like, I don't even know how to describe this feeling. It's almost like when you write a resume and you kind of just have all your achievements or have all the things you've done or all the things you offer on the table in front of you. You're like, oh, I actually do understand my gifts. I do understand what I give to other people. There's a lot of this like confidence, I guess is a word for it, or achievement, feeling very achieved in something and celebrating those things, reflecting on those things perhaps. There has been some focus potentially for you in the previous months on things like routine and, getting things done. And we've had some retrograde planets. We have Mercury retrograde. We had Venus retrograde. It's going direct on the 29th. And there's actually still a lot of focus in your 7th house in Capricorn, which is all about relationships and partnerships, other people. So that could very well be thematic and will continue to be thematic. But really, I think there's just a lot about you actually stepping into yourself. And if you've been kind of wanting a relationship, or maybe you've been single for a while or searching for someone special in that way, it almost feels like the Two of Cups energy to me, which is both people have full cups. They're not filling up each other's cups. They're not having this moment of, oh, you're everything I ever needed. It's, this is what I bring to the table. This is what you bring to the table, which is interesting based on what I was just picking up on before. So interesting. And we do actually have the King of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. There actually really could be a romantic offer for some of you that is coming into the picture. I could potentially see that, especially with this Page of Cups. Could also be an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Taurus is especially likely with this King of Pentacles. And that could be something that happens this month. It could be something that's kind of on your radar this month. You might be hearing rumors or picking up vibes. I could potentially see that too. But I do actually get kind of strong Capricorn energy with this King of Pentacles, Whether that is you embodying that energy or somebody else embodying that energy, it really is you having like a long-term game plan, or there's like this direction in your life. You've been sorting how to make things happen for you, and it feels like there might be someone else who's kind of coming into the picture now. That is sort of a vibe I'm getting. We do actually start off this month with a new moon in Aquarius. And again, whatever the moon does is super, super important to you. And with this being in Aquarius with Saturn, it's also in your eighth house, which is your house of secrets, your house of the things we kind of keep to ourselves. So that could involve things like sexuality, our innermost feelings, could also be things that are taboo potentially as well. But the way you're relating to that is changing. And maybe you're changing the relationship you have with sexuality. Maybe you're changing the way you relate to your shadow. There's really a number of ways that that could be manifesting. It's signifying a new chapter, a new beginning here. I could even see something about investments that are being made as well. This is a good time to invest in the long term for you. Even with all of this Capricorn energy, long-term investments could really be paying off right now. So really follow your intuition there and listen to that if that's an impulse that you're having. There's not really a lot of immediate gratification in the year of 2022, I'm not going to lie. It's really about simplifying and, really prioritizing the things that matter to you. That's very much the astrology, or how to get through the astrology. And we do also have the Pluto return of the United States. So anyone who's in the United States watching this, our whole world could be going through a big transformation in the next coming months. But there is something about you investing in your future, or you investing in your long-term plans. And maybe that is what this Page of Cups and this King of Pentacles is representing for some of you. But I feel like it's not an either or. I feel like this is kind of both for a lot of you. It feels like you are settling into some long-term plans, and there could be some new energy or new people coming into the picture as well, especially an earth sign. And there is the Nine of Cups. Again, there's a lot of fulfillment. There's a lot of happiness. I feel like whatever it is that you're working on this month, you're really creating things for yourself that feel really good. And maybe that does involve the eighth house, which is also spirituality, the occult, magic. You could be manifesting those things this month as well. That could actually be a really good time to do it. For those of you who are in relationships, there could be some big conversations that you're actually having this month, especially around the 11th of February. That's when we have Mercury going, or I'm sorry, let me actually double check these notes here. We have the Sun forming a conjunction with Saturn on the 11th, as well as Mars forming a sextile with Jupiter. I think that is on the 4th? Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the 14th. It is the 4th. My apologies. I try to do as much prep for these videos as possible, but we still get these kind of moments, so thank you for bearing with me here. February 4th is a really big time for you specifically. That's when Mercury is going direct. We have a lot of aspects in Capricorn that could really be shining a light on things. A lot of big moments could be happening for you in partnerships. That doesn't just have to be romantic. It could be committing to another person professionally, or working together on something, or just the way that you relate to people, other people overall, in general. That's really what the opposite sign energy is. It's kind of our interaction with the world around us, or the way we perceive the world around us. So there could be some big changes that are happening there, or some big commitments. We do have a full moon that is going to be happening on the 16th. That's going to be happening in Leo. There could be some changes in your finances, or some things that are coming in. I would actually potentially think potentially money coming in, or things that you're kind of celebrating. You're feeling good, I think, this month with the Nine of Cups and the Four of Wands. There's definitely reason to celebrate here. And with that full moon, we also have Venus and Mars forming their closest conjunction in Capricorn the same exact day, which is, again, in your relationship sector of your chart. There really could be a lot of passion, a lot of deepening of connections that is happening this month as well for you. Kind of an interesting Valentine's Day, I'm thinking, as well. Mercury is entering into Aquarius that day, so there could also be some truths that come out or some deeper exploration that happens. But yeah, this month actually feels really interesting and powerful for you. And we kind of end off the thing that I'm most excited about here. We have the Chariot and we have the High Priestess. Both of these are your cards. The Chariot actually represents Cancer energy, and the High Priestess traditionally represents the moon, which is your ruling planet. So it is, again, your energy. And it's like you going full steam ahead, you following your intuition and making good on your deeds, or I'm sorry, on your word, and moving forward and trusting in your process. I really feel like you need to trust your intuition this month. And another message I'm kind of getting, if there are those of you who work in spiritual businesses or creative businesses or have some sort of practice there, now is a really good month for you to commit to this. There could be some progress that you are making, and it's very important that you follow your intuition and follow this inspiration. Listen to that inner voice. And I feel like there's just this thing with worth that is coming up. And it feels like regardless of what's happening in relationships for you, you're showing up very confidently. And you're coming in very much self-possessed and in your power. That's a word I kind of got with the Strength card. And I feel like that's going to continue to be a thing this month. Especially with the Chariot and especially with the High Priestess here. You are really coming into your energy in a very, very beautiful way. And I think that's bringing relationship for you as well. Very balanced relationship, I will add. And I have a couple of cards that I pulled for you, a couple of animal cards. The first one I got was Red Salmon, which was Navigate Your Life with Direction. And it really does feel like, or I'm sorry, Navigate Your Life with Determination makes sense with this Chariot card all the more. But I will also add in direction, following that place you want to go. And sometimes it does feel like swimming upstream a little bit. And I do feel like it's really important for you to have conversations this month that might feel a little uncomfortable. I think it is important to kind of expose yourself and risk vulnerability. That is something that requires a lot of courage and a lot of strength with this card here. But I feel like there is this connection. I feel like there is something that feels very fulfilling. And with this determination, don't give up on your dreams. It might feel like this month there's a lot of work ahead of you, or you might be second-guessing yourself. Don't second-guess yourself. You're very capable. And the other message I got for you was the tabby cat, which is you are worthy. And I was just like, hell yeah, I love to see this. I loved seeing this for you because Tabby Cat is all about worth. It's all about, that self-esteem and just thinking about that cat kind of lying out in the sun. That's what this card describes, and just taking up space and not apologizing for it. Anyone who has ever had a cat or lived with a cat will know exactly what I'm talking about. You could be on your computer, and if they want you to just worship them, they'll come up on your keyboard and just stand right in front of you. It's almost that energy, which is kind of funny to me. And just really not questioning your worth. And that was really something that came up to me at the beginning of this reading as well. What else do we have? I actually had at the bottom of the deck, interestingly enough, the Whooper Swan, which is love fiercely. And I know that swans can be surprisingly territorial. They can actually be surprisingly aggressive. And I believe they are monogamous as well. So there really is this kind of connection and commitment I am getting once again. And being fearless in love, being fearless in connecting with other people, because this doesn't just have to be about romance. I know that not everyone who watches this is asking about love. I don't necessarily like to focus on love just exclusively. I like to focus on the person I am reading for. And for you, Cancer, this is about you approaching other people with this very vulnerable yet powerful place or energy. And it's like, no one can really touch you in that either, which is interesting to me. You're not afraid of getting hurt. And I think that's actually the most important thing for you this month, is don't be afraid of getting hurt. Be determined. And if something doesn't go your way, if a relationship doesn't work out, if a path doesn't work out, then it wasn't meant for you anyways. But I think you need to be more proactive this month. There's a lot of you following your impulses, following your intuition. Maybe some of you have been a bit too restrained or been a bit too composed, actually. That's an interesting way of looking at this. And I think now it really is about you getting your own needs met, about you being happy and you being fulfilled, finding fulfillment in your relationships, finding fulfillment in your life in general, and going for it unapologetically. Really, really beautiful energy. I'm getting like a good vibe from this. I do hope that this was helpful for you, Cancer. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments section down below, what are the needs you are demanding get met? What is something you are no longer compromising on? I think that's something to really think about this month as well, and really to move towards this month. Meet your own needs and you will find the people who help meet them as well, or commit to your needs and you will find the people who will help fulfill them. I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Cancer, and have a happy February.